Yo, what is up, everyone? Hope y'all doing great tonight. Let me just prep one thing real quick. And yo, how y'all doing? Hope you're having a great night, everyone. So yeah. Hope you're having a great night, everyone. It's been a while. It's been a really long while since last stream, right? I'm sorry that I missed the. Why the fuck do I have the same voice? Okay. I thought that I was hearing something. I had my stream up just to check out if everything is okay. So, everyone, I'm sorry that I missed on my last stream. I was doing some renovations here, and they are taking a little bit more than I anticipated. But since I'm doing something more professional, in a sense, it's taking a little bit more just because of that. So, just so you guys know what I'm doing, let me just put some music here. Okay, now we're cooking. So yeah. Oh shit. So what I did was I almost completely renovated everything around my room. So as you guys know, my bed is on top, but around I had two full enclosures for both of my printers. One being Bamboo Lab, and the other being my Saturn 3 Ultra from Eligo. And currently, I completely changed that corner. I completely removed those huge, chunky, bulky enclosures, and I put some racks, some AR shelving. I think that's the name. And yeah, I have a shit ton of space now. I have a shit ton of electricity to change because I only have like one spot to connect something to it, and I need four so I can have more extensions, right? And I don't want to overload extensions over extensions, so yeah. And I have a completely new enclosure that I need to be doing because I'm going to start 3D printing with um, a resin that's somehow, oh, it's Saurian. I got it right here. I will be using this one. It's actually pretty cool, and I've heard wonders about this new resin. So it's this one. It's Saurian right here, and I heard it's really, really good to um, get some really fine and nice details. I got the navy gray, as I've heard some people saying that the other grays weren't as good with antializing and everything, and I want to try out some new stuff. But at the same time, since this is not water washable, I need to have an enclosure just for safety regarding the alcohol. So, because if for some reason it leaks, I can actually die because I sleep up here. So I have my entire station beneath my bed, and around my room I have the entire AR shelving. So I really need to be careful with this kind of stuff. So I already have the two exhausts fans used industrially to extract all the air with the fumes and everything from the printers. I also plan on buying a new printer at the end of the year, which will be the Hay Gears. Really looking forward to it. And I also want to expand my P1S. I want to buy the AMS2 so I can fine print more stuff um, that requires more filament. Maybe I'll tweak a little bit my workstation here and I'll let you guys know. So let's go on to what we're here for, right? So today, what I have here for you guys is we have Yazida here, which is from the patron of El Miniaturista. Oh, sorry, it's not El Miniaturista. Sorry. It's not El Miniaturista. It's Jose da Vinci. That's his name. And it's a freaking awesome piece. Not gonna lie, it's a really nice piece. What the fuck is wrong with my lamp? Let me just even my lamp here. Sorry. Okay, so here you have it. It's actually really good, and it's really with really nice details, and has a bunch of cool features. Really clean, really nice. I know it has some spray over it, but I'll clean it up in a bit. The lamp is still not in the right position. Okay, now it's in the right position. So let me open up this part here so you guys have more light to see me. And let's fire up our compressor, right? Because I'm going to use it to put the skin tone onto our Saurus Lieutenant or Commander. Let me just put this here and fire it up. Right there. Woo. So normally I use my evolution for this type of job, but since I've already, because normally I do it by layers, and I go from the smooth layer to the, I go from the shadow to the light area, but I ain't gonna do that today. What I am going to do is I'm going to put Yazid on the side, just so I don't knock it, and we're going to prep up our airbrush here. This is my Infinity CR Plus. Really strongly advise this type of airbrushes. And we're going to paint it with skin. So I was thinking of doing like a dark brown around there, and then having the light hitting the cool parts. So let's try and do that. But now comes the question, which brown? Maybe I'll go with red skin. Oh, you know what? No. Let me keep the original recipe. Because I had an original recipe, which was Beast Brown. It was this too. So it's Beast Brown and Barbarian Flesh. From Vallejo, it's the Game Air version of their paints, which they are more diluted and more fine-tuned to airbrushing. Since this is going to be like flash stuff, I'm not going to pay too much attention regarding the highlights, right? Because this is going to be at the majority underneath the. Something's wrong with my airbrush. Okay, got a little clog there. So now that we are cooking, let's go. Let me reduce a little bit of the pressure. I don't want it to be too overboard. Normally, I like to, put my finger a little bit in front of what I don't want to be overspraying. Just, but I found out that if you reduce your pressure on the airbrush, it actually helps you control a little bit of the spraying. Let me take my wet palette here. Let me put some paper just to control, just so the air spray doesn't go everywhere. Let me remove a piece of paper here. Oh, nice. I had to fuck up the. Okay. So I think you guys can see, right? You can even put it. You know what? Let me take this handle off. The handle is freaking me off. I know. So I believe you guys can see that, right, in detail now. Okay. I know I could have been doing this with a brush, but I never done this type of job with the airbrush. So I want to take a different approach on this. It actually helps me practice. And I'm not gonna lie, the hand job that an airbrush can provide you is just insane. You have the right amount of control. It's insane how well something can be blended with the airbrush. It's actually insane. I have to really grab here the figure because otherwise I can't hit that spot. Even a really difficult angle. Okay, I think I got it. A little bit of webbing. Okay. Cause look at how well it gets blended. It's freaking insane, don't you think? It's actually really insane. You really have to be careful with this trigger because this airbrush is fucking sensitive. And I'm so like used to use the evolution that the way that this trigger functions is way more sensitive. It's like you have to work with it in a burst burst controlled way. It's really weird. It's weird, but at the same time it's better because the paint dries faster. Because since you're doing bursts, it like lets a little bit of paint, but as soon as you close it, it shoots air, so it helps you with the drying. But it's really tricky on the amount of uh, distance you can pull the trigger because you can't be pulling it too hard because otherwise you'll be leaving too much paint, but at the same time you can't be leaving too much paint because otherwise it will be getting webbing. In case you're wondering, this is the rider for my Tyrannosaurus. It has a dried tip. Okay, moving on. Also, another thing, tomorrow, I think I'll be bumping my recording settings to 2K because I think I can record in 2K. I didn't record because I was using my old configurations when I was live streaming games, and live streaming games is really tricky when you have only one computer. Because your graphics card is already doing so much, and you don't want to overload it. But in this case, my graphics card is doing shit, so I can actually go up. So I'm thinking of going up. Yep, yep. It's looking good. Looking good. Still lacking here. Oof, shooting way too much paint. And I'll just put my finger. Oh, I have so many corrections to do right now. Fuck. Yeah. The thing with the airbrush is this, like the way that you have to go back and fix some stuff because the areas are so tiny. Actually, it's actually a little bit of. It's not disappointing, but it is a little bit. It's a bummer. Oh, shoot! What is happening? Weird. My airbrush was doing a weird noise. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good. I think we're doing pretty good. So, this is the end result, at least with this color. Now comes the tricky part where I need to take full advantage of this being a high-end brush. It clogged, sorry. So, I'm going to be using one thing that these brushes have best. I'm going to show you guys in just 1 second. Oh shit. Let me just clean it really nicely. Let me just make sure it doesn't have any bit of paint left. Removing this water. Yo, small tip. When you're done cleaning your brush, just spray a little. Because sometimes there's a little bit of water left in it. And even if you put paint, and this has already happened to me like a shit ton of times. But if you by any chance put some paint on it and you spray, you will be spraying like a little bit of water with a little bit of paint, and that might fuck up some stuff. So unless you don't want that to happen, just make a little spray before you start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click, and now my brush will have, see, I can now, in every stroke I do the same type of pressure because it has, it's like a stopping point. This is why these brushes are so good. So we'll be spraying this very nicely. Be careful because sometimes it actually clogs. I know it looks strange right now because a lot of the brown that I put in the beginning is going away, but believe me, it's going to turn out good. So on the tail, we want to do a really fine line. It's clogging again. This is the thing about Vallejo colors. They dry freaking fast. I know they are meant for airbrushes, but they do dry freaking fast. And sometimes it's irritating on the amount of times that you have to, clean the tip. Okay, so now near the chest here. And the bottom part, the palms of the hands. This is fine. I think we are good now. Okay, so now let's hope this works. Otherwise, I'm going to be so sad. Because this has worked in the past, but I haven't done it for a while. But I really like this recipe. In case you're wondering what I'm using to clean up my brush, I use this water bottle that has a spray pattern, right? Okay. Let me just pinch the airbrush just to make sure there ain't any hard pieces of paint. We remove the excess water, and now we go back to the dark paint that we were using. Because the dark paint, now when it sits in contact with the BC brown, when it comes in contact with the barbarian flesh, since it has a lighter tone, it will become lighter as well on that area. So hopefully this works. Let me just pinch it again. See, now the transition between the colors is more noticeable. And I did this because now that I'm doing a second passage, this top part will become darker than it was. Because as you can see, it's not that dark, but as soon as you hit it again, it becomes darker. And the places where you have put the, where was it? The barbarian flesh, it becomes it with some transition. I'm sorry, give me 1 second, but my phone just stopped playing music. What the fuck? Why? Uh, Weird. Okay, let me just. I'm a little bit thirsty, you know. Just taking a sip of water right here, and then okay. So let's continue our journey. And the tip is dry. Okay. So let's see. See if we don't ruin. as you can see, as slowly as we build up, it will actually blend in with the other color. But for that, you first need to build the foundation of the color. At least that's how I interpret it. Okay. I think we can go a little bit darker here. Okay. Oh, another good tip for you guys is for you to be still and be patient. Something that I ain't. Be patient. When it comes to miniature painting, you really need to be patient. Like, patient with the strokes, patient with the layers of paint, patient with a little shit that I'm not used to be. Okay. So we will do corrections here and there. But I think most of it, look, I also lowered the light intensity and the brightness so it can help you guys get a more precise and clean look like it is in reality, instead of having, you know, too much vivid colors that then it's not exactly what you're looking at. Just cleaning the brush here real quick. You know, sometimes airbrushing is a little pain in the ass because you really have to be mindful of the brush. Like the same way that you normally, you know, take some time and clean your paintbrush and stuff like that. With the airbrush, it's almost the same thing, except a little bit more, a little bit messier and a little bit more time consuming. I'll clean this after our session here. Where the fuck did I put the cap? I don't, it's right there, of course. Putting this on the side and bringing back my wet palette here. We already have some colors here. And we already fucked up some stuff here. It wasn't meant to be. So I used dark blue for the first. Ooh, this is a little bit strong today. Okay. So I use dark blue. I use dark blue for the foundation of the scales. Let me grab my cup here of thinner. Okay, this is too. Or are we? Okay, nice, just like that. So what I'm going to do now is repair all the scales and the damage that the airbrush did. I think this is a really important step for you guys, because sometimes, when you're between processes, if you don't clean up to get it, if you don't clean the miniature properly, so you can get a good grasp of how it's looking, it will actually guide you or give you a wrong perspective of some stuff. So for this type of thing, I really advise you guys to carefully. I can't be using this one. I need a proper brush. And just to. Oh, fuck it, I'll use this one. But yeah, you need to properly clean it so it can give you a really nice grasp of what's your situation at the moment, right? Because, like, in here right now, if I was to continue until I cleaned it, I could be judging some areas in a really wrong way. And this can even involve light positioning, some details here and there. Because with the airbrush, I've hit some some under, like, shadows, you see? You see those little shadows with the flesh tone? So yeah, that actually gives you a perception, a really wrong perception. Because since it's the flesh tone, you'll be seeing it like a light source. And at least on this miniature, I'm not looking for a light source yet. And either way, it wouldn't be of this tone. So if I have this thing happening, what I'm trying to say is, when you're looking at the miniature, you will see that the miniature is lighter than it should be in a certain aspect, and it might lead you to wrong decisions. Okay. I will need to do a second coverage, but I can't go too deep because otherwise it will come in contact with the skin, and we don't want to. We want to be a separation on scale. Not on scale, on the scales. We want the scales to be our separation from the skin. I need another brush. This one is not holding too much paint. So I need either a bigger brush, put this one here. I'll need a bigger brush. Let's go. Okay. I don't know if I should go all the way up. Now that I'm taking a really good attention to this mini, I noticed that I can go a little bit overboard with these tiny dots, you see? You see how cool it gets? Because it gives more, how do I say it? More realism to it? Could I say realism? Maybe I could. Because even though there are no scales there, it helps. Ah, fucking hell, bro. Eesh. That was a harsh stroke there. Sometimes I do this type of strokes where I'm too hasty. Okay. Now let me grab a little bit of dark, the beastie brown. We'll put it right there. Let me grab a little bit. Because I want to remove this blue overspray. Okay. Let me switch. No, I can go with this one also. Fuck, I have too much paint. Oh shit. Shit. Oh shoot. Really? I can't freaking believe this, bro. It came right off the pin. How in the world? How did this happen? Ugh. Let me just remove the pin real quick. Put some. Oh my gosh. The figure almost fell onto the ground. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, I would just die, bro, if I was to break this right now. Okay, just remove this excess glue that I somehow I simply can't believe this happens to me so often. I really need to start changing the way that I glue the miniatures. Okay, dip this right. Missing the shoulder now. Whoa. Okay, let me see if I can fit it in. Ah, shit. And I broke the fucking horn again. Yo, this horn is just not going to stay glued. Fuck my life. I need to sand that down. Okay, let me just leave that to another day. We'll leave that to another day. Now I just want to focus myself on this one. You know what? I think it will be cool if I also add some black to dots, like to make some freckles, you know? I think it will be cool. So doing the small scales and plus the freckles, I think it will be nice touches to the miniature, which will make it more alive. I also need to use some enamel. just grab a little bit of the tone color for the skin. Okay. And now we're going to fix some places where we went a little bit overboard. I think I need to correct some stuff on the hand as well. Let me check. All right. Sorry. I'm almost certain that I'm missing another spot. Oh, is it here? Yeah, I think it's here. Oh, right. It was on the neck. It wasn't on the hands, it was on the neck. I don't know. Is it weird? I don't know if what I just did here makes sense or not. But it looks like skin. It doesn't look like scales. Mm, okay, this part, it's still a little bit greenish because of the blue underneath it that I erased. Like, I want this miniature to be really crisp. Like, almost flawless when it comes to parts being well painted. I don't want to miss a spot, and I don't want to leave any imperfection on the surface. Let me just zoom out a little bit so I have more area to work with. So here is scale. I can assume that this will also be scale. So if that is scale, only this part is scale and the rest is not. Maybe. This tiny piece is muscle. All right. I forgot here. Here is scale. And this one is also scale. I knew I was missing something on the head. A tiny little one there. So I need to fix that tiny piece on this tiny piece right here. Look, this part I need to that I just painted over. I need to clean it and put it back as skin. I think right here, I don't know why, but I think that tiny piece right there, it's a little piece of scale. What am I doing? I'm already too tired. No, I don't think it is. Actually, now that I'm paying more close attention to it, I don't think it is. I'm sorry if sometimes I'm on weird angles, but it's the only way for me to see. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I should go on a second layer on the feet, but maybe I should. Woo! I'm tired. I'm going to put this on the side. So I need to take care of stream of that tiny horn. Oh. Now, regarding our Yazira, I'm going to do the last 30 minutes light brown. Need some light brown. Let me clean my water pot because it's full of blue water. It's starting to taint my. It was starting to taint my brushes. The bristles were turning blue. Okay, now. Okay. So here I'm doing the light coming towards the, like, half front, half side. I think now we're on a good level, layer level. Yeah. I was a little bit worried that I was tilting the light source. Let me just clean my brush right here, quick. Grab a little bit of more paint. The excess, the excess, axis. Yo, the allergies today, I'm just hating, bro. So now I'm just stippling because stippling is just basically dots and dots. But the thing is, when you use this type of technique on the dotting and then you glaze over it, it really creates like a smooth transition. You see how instantly in the eye it starts to feel like it's just a blur with the dotting. That means that the stippling is working. Like if you put it away, you see how instantly it becomes like a shadow? A shadow. A smooth transition. I'm already cooked today. Like today I worked my ass off. And I'm really tired. Really exhausted. Fuck, I don't have more paint. Well, I don't think I missed anything. Oh, actually, I did. I did just a tiny, tiny, tiny dot. Maybe 3 or 4. It's really strange. Like the figure was just awful, but now it's gaining so much more depth. It's really weird. It's just weird. Painting becomes just weird. So, guys, we already hit the final part of the stream. Uh, yeah. So, tomorrow I'll do another one. I'm thinking of changing the hour of the stream, maybe a little bit earlier, or either longer, and reducing from 2 days to one, because that way I get to have more time continuously to be focused on just one task. So tomorrow I think I'll finally uh, show you guys how to use this shit, the blue stuff, and because I found, and I don't know where it is, but I found dust clay. Yeah, clay and dust, so we can mold it. You know, use it a little bit with water, and then use it on the molds. So yeah, because we will be working on the new paints from AK, the ones from the Quick Gen, and I'll be doing like a board, a huge board with all the paints, and I'm thinking of doing the same thing to all the entire range of AK, from the figure ones to the punch colors to the normal AK to the Quick Gen and many more, like Deep Shades and AK War Games and other stuff. So yeah, thinking of doing like a huge board where I can actually um, show you guys the differences between everything. And I think that will be a cool video to show you guys, because I want to do like a black background and a white background, because like that you can actually have a perception on how the quick chains work under black primer, because a lot of people are used to use the black primer. So yeah, so everyone, thanks a lot for watching, thank you for hanging out, and I'll see you tomorrow.